Am I on MK677? So, yes. Currently, I bench press 47.5 kg.
Going on gear before even being able to bench one plate either side on the bench is crazy. Not too long ago, I made a video about Alex Eubank, another fitness influencer that went from being natural to going on gear. But in this situation here with this person called JacksFit, I don't even know what to say. To me, it seems even more lunacy, even though I have seen other people such as Greg Doucette say that he thinks it was almost a good thing that Jax went on it.
This is the first person that I've seen that, in my opinion, genuinely should be on performance-enhancing drugs.
Personally, I don't agree. And for those of you that don't know who Jax is, basically, he kind of came famous, I think. Well, famous is kind of overreach. He kind of came viral on TikTok about a year or so ago, simply because he's basically a very hard gainer that basically started documenting his journey of him basically trying to gain weight, because he was well, he still is, but he was even skinnier than what he is now. And you know the fitness community, when we see someone like this, we always want to uplift them. So in essence, that's his kind of story. He's someone that's super skinny and became viral because people wanted to watch along with his journey and just kind of support him. But unfortunately, I do feel like because of some of this support, because a lot of fitness influencers from wherever, because he was going viral, they kind of attach themselves to him just because. And I think him being around those individuals, especially some of them that are enhanced, I think they may have not to blame, but like I think partially they definitely impacted his thought process. But anyways, we're gonna get into his journey now and why he decided to go this route. Please hit the video with a thumbs up and subscribe if you are brand new here. And yeah, let's get into the video.
Today, I thought we'd do a little Q&A. I've been on my winter arc, so I've been locked in, I've been dialed in, I've been focused. I've not been off track really.
So this is probably the first lie in the video, because even though I don't follow Jax heavily, for one, he's only been training a year or so. Because if you go on his YouTube channel, a year ago, that was like day 30. So he's only been around a year. And during this journey so far, there's been moments when he's specified that he has fell off. And when he was hanging around with the OnlyFans people.
If you're 18 and autistic, don't worry, just get famous on TikTok. Do that and every single OnlyFans girl in the country is going to be all over you.
He wasn't training as effectively and he was still not eating adequate amounts of food. So for him to say that he's been having everything dialed in, for how long? Dialed in doesn't mean you're doing 1 month successfully. Dialed in when you're trying to bulk and gain mass, especially when you're someone skinny like him, dialed in is probably at least 6 months to a year consistently nailing things before you can say the words, it's dialed in. I think too many people use that word when they've only been good for like a month or so of consistency, and that's not being dialed in. That's the tippy toes of what you need to do to really see progress when it comes to fitness. Because when you're doing it naturally, progress don't come quick. A true real bulk lasts at least a year in itself anyway, let alone, you know, someone that's a hard gainer, which makes it harder for them to gain weight. You know what I mean? You may have to even double the timeline. So, you know, red flag right there. So
how much do I bench? My PR is 47.5. I did in fact fail my 50 kg bench press.
As many of the comments say, going on gear before even being able to bench one plate either side on the bench is crazy. I just can't believe it. Back in the day when I was younger, even though I don't even co-sign it then, I remember I had some people that I knew from the gym that were saying that they were potentially going to go into like competing, going on stage, and they were considering going on something. But I remember they used to kind of say, like a running joke was, but I'm not going to do it till I at least can hit 100 kg on the bench, which is like 2 plates in the UK. Now you've got someone like him that can't even lift one plate either side, which is 60 kg, and he's already going on gear. So for those of you watching right now, whether you're a hard gainer or have been a hard gainer, comment down below your thoughts on this. And for those of you that are more experienced in the gym, that probably see more success and progress, let me know your thoughts down below in regards to this definitely growing trend. Because as of right now, it is definitely truly an epidemic where you've got people that they're just jumping on various forms of gear simply because they're not seeing the progress that they would like in the timeline they would like. Like this guy's only been training roughly a year.
How many calories do I eat in a day? So right now I'm on the winter arc. I've been eating 4,000 calories a day, and it's really hard for me, especially because I don't eat that much food. I'm the person that could literally just eat one meal in a day.
I don't believe he's even eating that much because there's many hard gainers, it's like a growing thing, that they used to always say that I'm eating 5,000, 6,000 calories and I can't gain weight. It's my genetics. And they really use it as a crutch as to why they could not see size. And I can't tell you how many clients or people I've coached in the past or helped with fitness in general that said they were eating crazy amounts of calories and can't gain weight. And as soon as I say, okay, cool, can you send over your last week or so of your calories so I can kind of look through and make sure everything's in line, I can tell you right now, my personal experience, at least 80% of them did not send it over because they said, okay, I've been kind of estimating, I haven't been tracking every day, but based on the foods I eat, it has to be around that much. And then the other 20%, a lot of the times, it was because they were tracking the calories incorrectly. For example, a very simple one would be, I'd look at the thing and they'd say that I'm having 200 grams of pasta, but they've put down in the app that they're having it raw pasta, when in fact, they're actually having 200 grams of cooked pasta, which the calories is way different. Because when you cook the pasta, you add the water weight, which is what makes it heavier. So many little things like that was happening across all their food, just made them think that they were eating way more than what they actually was. And if you want to watch these videos I've done covering these sort of things, is these videos here. The main one is this one here, which is the 5 weight gain tips for skinny guys to actually bulk up. It's got like 300,000 views on YouTube. That was the one I went over in probably the best detail. One of them being a simple thing, guys. If you struggle having an appetite to eat, you have to drink your calories. That is probably the number one easiest thing you can do. Blend up some real natural things. Don't buy mass gainers. Actually get some oats, some peanut butter, whole milk, protein powder. You blend it up in like a nice little smoothie shake and you drink it, because your body finds it far easier to drink something than eat actual meals all the time. So that is the biggest tip. Homemade mass gainers.
Progress is progress. Slow or fast. My progress has been quite slow, but in the past few months it has picked up dramatically because I have been locking in. My diet's been good, training's been good. Don't get me wrong, it could be better because I'm a busy guy.
So I do agree, always compare your progress to yourself. Because if you look at his original photos, he has made progress. Like, even though he is still skinny, so the point I'm trying to make is that he was making progress. He's only been training roughly a year. And the fact he was talking about, you know, gradual progress, if you just little by little keep doing it, you'll see progress. Why didn't he just keep sticking with that rather than resort into using stuff? Because he was getting better. No, he didn't look drastically different, even though newbie gains is meant to. But if he's not fueling his body correctly, because I have definitely seen videos and on TikTok and stuff where he has spoke about not eating perfectly, and the fact he's had these journeys already and it's only been a year, what progress do you think you're going to make if you're not consistently being decent for the majority of the year? Because he just mentioned he's been locked in for 2 months. 2 months, to be honest, isn't a lot. And then when you're a hard gainer, you have to lock in and be more structured and regimented, I think, than a regular person. So if you're a hard gainer, you do have it harder out here to like make progress. I personally believe that it's much harder to build muscle and look more muscular from a super skinny physique than it is from someone that's fat.
Am I on MK677? So yes, I am indeed on MK. I've been on it for about a month now. My appetite has gone through the roof. I am literally never full. I put on a considerable amount of weight. I mean, I put on about 5 kg in a month.
You know why he's put on the weight? It's because he's eating the actual calories now. Because even when you struggle to gain weight, if you actually eat the calories, your body will gain the weight. So in my opinion, which is why I mentioned earlier, drinking the liquid drinks, but this may be a little bit controversial, but I know of people, and I would probably, I'm not gonna say the words recommend, but I would say out of the two, out of using drugs like this and other people I know that have like used weed to increase their appetite, I would almost prefer, if it was me anyway, let me put it that way, if it was me, I would sooner smoke weed to increase my appetite than go on any sort of PED. And I know you're probably thinking it's a drug, but if it's just a case of bumping up my appetite so I can actually gain weight, I wouldn't think to go use any sort of PED, in my opinion. I just don't feel like they are necessary. The only one of these I'd even recommend is TRT if you truly need it, like you're an old man, virtually, or you really need it. None of these Alex Eubank scenarios where you just want to do it for vanity metrics. If you truly need something, then get it. And now what we're going to do is look at his training, because the whole point is he said he's locked in, right?
Okay, we're at the gym. You already know it's leg day, doing a 30 kg deadlift. Really want to work on my form because last time I did deadlift, my form was shocking.
So I haven't really got to say much. I'm pretty sure a lot of you that have ever done a deadlift correctly can see there's errors in his form. Like, for example, considering this is why he's keeping it light, it's 5 kg either side, right? That's 10, it's 30 kg. But even from watching this, you can see that the form isn't best. His legs are shaking like nothing. You can just see in general, there's weak areas of this form. So if it was me personally, if this was someone I was coaching, I would probably wait to even do deadlifts. I would focus on him building up leg strength first. I'd put him on a leg press machine and just focus on actually building up leg strength before we go into deadlifts. Because even though deadlifts is a great exercise, and I do think for many people it'll be wonders, if you're this frail and this weak, we need to work on the basics.
Yeah, that was really heavy. I think my form was good though. It's rolling away.
So that last video was from about 11 months ago when he first started. Now this is as recent as 3 months ago. And he made a video called How to Do Deadlifts, Form and Techniques. So this is him. So I'm assuming now that this is going to be leaps and bounds better. Because the whole point I'm trying to show is that from a beginner to, even though I'd still class him as a beginner, he's almost a full year into his journey now, right? So if his form is dramatically better and he's lifting a little bit more heavier weight, then you can say, okay, he has progressed more. But if his form still sucks, it means that he hasn't even nailed down the basics and he's already considering other things.
Yeah, that's 100.
Even though it's from the front, to me, his back looked like it was bent up. It's good that he's lifting 100 kg now, because that's a big jump, which means he probably has made progress, because the fact he can even attempt to do 100 kg when he looked like he was struggling to do the 30 kg like 8 months prior, that's a good sign. However, I wouldn't say the form looked great. So I'm going to knock it back one more. I'm going to look at him lift 60 kg. And if that still looks like a little bit sus, then, you know.
60 kg.
So that one was much better. That's 60 kg. So he has somewhat improved. That's like technically he was struggling to do 30 kg then. And he can lift 60 kg, you know, with good form. The 80 kg looked a bit shaky, but he has progressed. So the point I'm trying to get at is that even though it may not be as fast as he was like, he was progressing. He looks better. He has gotten stronger. He just doesn't rapidly look like the transformations you would expect to see on YouTube. When you see a 1 year transformation go viral, it's like the person looks like a brand new human. And I think he almost, or people expected that of him when he first started. And because he hasn't had that big thing, a lot of people do clown him, which I think is wrong. I don't think you should. Not everyone's going to have those super viral moments where they look completely different and transformation's crazy. But as a whole, personally, I just don't see or agree with this whole mindset that if you aren't seeing progress straight away, you should use drugs. Like, one perspective to have, which I think many people are overlooking, is the fact that this person here, he doesn't want to compete. He just wants to look better, right? It's somewhat vanity metrics. I understand if you put yourself in his shoes, you may think, oh, but what about if I want to be a bodybuilder, but I'm like him and I'm a hard gainer and I can't do it. What should I do? But something that a lot of people forget is that not everybody is going to be destined with the genetics or the ability to look like a bodybuilder. And because this is just a passion for him, it's not like he really wants to take this seriously. He should have to remember that. And that's not to say you should just quit the gym altogether. But what I'm saying is that there's many people out there that their passions do not align with what reality is. For example, there's many people out there that want to be an artist, but they suck at drawing. And you know what they have to do? They have to just either incrementally try and get better or naturally find a new passion if that's like something you want as a career. And in his circumstance, if you're not destined to be a bodybuilder and your physique just isn't going to hit that way, I'm not saying to quit, but I'm not saying also to go take drugs to try and artificially get to that goal. I don't think that is the right thing, because then it's a bad message or precedent to set for other people going forward. So as a whole, let me know your thoughts down below in regards to this, because personally, after watching some of his content, he really could have really nailed down his calories consistently, resort to liquid calories to help getting those extra bumps up to help him gain weight. Also, perfect his form a lot more, keep continually aiming to get stronger. And with all the sponsors that he has, I'm definitely sure he gets free supplements. I'm sure he was working with MyProtein at 1.2. And the money he was getting from all these things, he can invest in eating good food. But yeah, comment down below what you would recommend to a friend if this was your friend that was doing this. And also, if you're someone struggling with gaining weight or gaining muscle, be sure to check out my coaching. My links are down below. I can help you with it. Anyways, if you want to watch another video, check out one of these that YouTube recommends.